Well, hello there, guys. I know you've been waiting for an Ultimate General Civil War game for so long, and I'm going to go ahead and play the Battle of Chancellorsville. Now, I was going to play as the Confederacy, but in this case, I have to play as the Union because this is when Joseph Hooker actually managed to beat back the Confederacy, or do a Civil War buffs. I'm sure you'll know this much better than me. But basically, we have to go ahead after the Union disaster at Fredericksburg. We have to try and push through the Confederate lines and get a victory. It's not going to be easy, and I sure as hell hope we do an okay job. So as you can see, we're trying to push through. We're getting Meade's Corps. We're getting a lot of different help. Slocum's 7th from Orange Turnpike. And we're trying to attack this Confederate position. Our corps are expected to converge today, 30th April, at Chancellorsville Road Junction. We've established our camp at Chancellor's Farm, and tomorrow, when more of our forces arrive, we advance to meet Lee's army near Fredericksburg. This is a major, major battle, guys. Of course, we got crushed at Fredericksburg before. Well, we actually played as the Union and got a victory. For those of you that haven't seen that, you should go check out that video. Up to now, we haven't met any serious opposition, probably because Lee's army is stretched out too thin. We spotted enemy movements at the roads ahead of us, but we should be able to repel them easily. So here we go, guys, trying to beat the rebels. We advance. 5th, 7th, and 2nd Corps are at your disposal. And, well, it's pretty much started from here. This is going to be serious. 2 divisions of Meade's 5th Corps have already been marching via the River Road. No sight of the enemy there. And by the way, if you guys have noticed a lot that we get a ton of views on these Civil War videos. If you guys prefer the Civil War videos and don't like my other videos, tell me. Or if you guys just aren't interested, let me know why. Because this is one thing that you guys seem to really enjoy, and I want to make sure to bring you what you guys want to see. But there's only so many Civil War battles, of course, so we've got to do our absolute best to make everybody happy. It's advised to defend our camp until more of our forces arrive. Howard's 11th Corps, is a few miles west at the moment, protecting our rear. Oh my goodness. So we've got to capture a whole bunch of fun stuff. Got a lot of great advice as well in terms of detaching skirmishers and stuff like that. Whether I'm actually going to follow that advice is anybody's guess. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is try to move in to the woods here and really get into position. Also, if anybody has any opinions on playing Medieval 2, let me know. I wanted to play a campaign as Portugal and go back to the oldies and see what you guys think. So if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what they like, a thumbs up. Also, if you guys could, please go to my Urban Empire video. I got the game for free. Really want to show the developers that I've got what it takes to get more games from Calypso in the future. So here we go. We're moving forward with Ruger, Knipe, and Ross. And, of course, we're going to be using those woods. And I bet you there's going to be Confederates defending that area. That fence line, if I was playing the Confederates, if you haven't seen me play the Confederates, go to my Confederate campaign, is exactly where I would defend. So we are moving forward with the Federals, of course. For my Confederate viewers, don't be upset. We will go back and do some Confederate battles very soon. In fact, if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. But make sure to check out my Civil War playlist, because I've got so much stuff there. So I'm keeping Meade back here to sort of watch our ass and move these guys forward to hopefully really put a dent in the rebel lines. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put Ross here, we're going to put Knipe here. I'm willing to bet we're going to be finding some enemies very, very soon. And I'm going to take Fitsu. Fitsu, is that he from Japan? Anyway, and Weed is usually in command of infantry units, so I'm kind of surprised to see him here in command of artillery. So we're going to move forward, guys. Of course, that's what we have to take right there. The Orange Plank Road Junction, I believe. It might actually be the Orange Turnpike. I believe this is the Orange Plank Road Junction. So we're going to push forward, but we want to be careful. And, of course, I always like pushing from the woods. So I'm going to send some boys over here, Candy especially, over here. We're going to try to get in. What did I tell you? How did I know? I've been playing this game far too long not to know what's there. And, of course, there are skirmishers. And one thing I'm going to do with Knipe, I'm going to detach some skirmishers. I'm also going to detach some skirmishers from Ross and detach some skirmishers from Ruger so that they can basically help us pop some of these rebels before we get too close. They're definitely going to be defending in a pretty sweet position. I'm basically just keeping airs here to make sure the artillery doesn't get smashed. But there we go. The assault has begun. I'm going to bring forward Knipe skirmishers and take on these rebel skirmishers here. But there's so many nice rebel targets here, we may need to go ahead and move forward. So there we go. Ross, Kane, a bunch of other boys moving forward. And we want to get them right there on the edge of the woods. because that's where they're going to do the most damage and where they're going to take the least amount of damage. So the Battle of Chancellorsville has begun. Come on, Fitzhugh. Burbank, I want you to go over here and face them rebels. We don't need no cowards in this army. And Slocum, General Slocum, is going to move up and help our boys here in the woods. Of course, we're kind of unprotected in terms of Ayers' brigade, but he is basically our sacrificial lamb. We always have one, and this time it's Ayers. So I'm going to try to bring Ross over here. Ayers is already pulling back. He can't handle the heat. And we're going to try and take Ross, try to get a flanking shot. But look at those rebels. They know what's happening. They're getting some nasty shell shot. And I think they're going to pull back here and try to reserve some of their brigades. So here we go. My goodness. Mahone, one of the toughest rebel generals there, is holding out very, very well. Oh, Lordy me. That's a lot of rebels right there, and they've got a ton of artillery. Come on, boys. Forward for Lincoln. Like I said, I always like to play as the underdogs in the battle. In this case, you know, the Union just got whipped at Fredericksburg horrifically. And it was amazing that we actually managed to pull off a victory in that battle. But in this particular case, it's all about trying to show the Confederates that we are still operational and that we can still fight a hell of a battle against them. And that's why we're playing this battle right now as the Union, because in this case, we kind of are the underdogs. I mean, the Confederates have just gotten a major, major victory. Beyond a major victory. McLaw's division is attacking us. Oh, my goodness. Well, this is why we brought more men to the fight, but Burbank's not looking great. I'm going to detach some skirmishers from Burbank and try to start hitting Semmes over here. I want to get O'Rourke. It's got to be an Irishman over here and start helping destroy these damn rebels. Come on, boys. We might have to move slightly out of the woods here, guys. In fact, I might even go for a full-on attack, even though we're out in the open. You guys know I'm not a fan of the full-on attack, but in this case, well, I used to be, but I'm not anymore. In this case, I always try to make the smarter decision, but I really think we need to go ahead and hit these guys right now before they realize what's going on. Look at that. Wright taking some heavy hits, but Garnett's cannons are surely going to put a dent in our men. I'm even bringing Slocum forward, and I'm going to send our skirmishers to start firing at their artillery. I'm hoping it's going to make a difference. We might want to move some more men up, as a matter of fact. We're just seeing Kershaw and all these men over here. There's a lot of rebels crossing that river, and I think we're going to need help to defeat them. Well, who else can we bring forward? I'm not going to send no one from that position. We've got to defend it, damn it. And since we're the ones carrying out the attack, there we go. I like to see that. A lot of rebels running. We're totally flanking them over here. We're going to send Green around this way. But we are out in the open. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Move forward, boys. Slocum, support your men. And there's Robert E. Lee. I mean, my God. If we could take out Robert E. Lee in this part of the battle, how amazing would that be? Taking out Lee would damage the Confederacy unbelievably. Not having Lee would be huge. Now, of course, he wouldn't be dead. Generally, when you're playing a historical battle mode, what happens is that general just disappears for that part of the battle. He's not actually dead. He's just kind of realized that he's scared as hell. But we have secured Union, our Orange Plank Road with the Union, and I'm just going to keep trying to sort of surround these guys with the fishhook formation, as I like to call it, and really show them we mean business. Now, this guy moving forward, Kershaw, he's not playing around, and I might send Ayers, who just ran away, to deal with him. Burbank also, but god damn it, those skirmishers are really hurting us. There's no way around it. Here we go, boys. Might be time for a Union charge, hell. We don't usually do that, but I'm thinking this might be the perfect time. So there we go. For Lincoln and Liberty, boys. Candy, you simply stay here. Green, you stay here. Wait a minute, Ross, you're supposed to follow through. What the hell is wrong with you? You're blocked from a charge? You are a coward, sir. Here we go. Ruger's the only guy going through with the charge, God bless him. And this is truly a maelstrom of death. Nope, that charge didn't work, although we did seem to dispatch Wright, or detach Wright, really. But we still have a lot of work to do. I'm going to charge. with Candy. And I'm going to charge with Ross if he's not such a damn coward. But look at that. Nice, beautiful Confederate line setting up there. And they're not going to let us get past them that easily. They are the masters of the charge, the Confederacy. That rebel yell that puts terror into the hearts of all men. And so if we're going to take them on, we damn well better know what we're doing. You know what? I might grab one of these guys. Not Cross. Really not much there. I'm going to take Carroll. Come on, Carroll. I'll figure that out once he gets there. Still got some beautiful positions with our cannons, but we need those skirmishers forward. And there we go. Candy's actually making a great charge against Posey. Problem is when these guys, and this is true for the Confederacy too, when they get into a successful charge, they can't help themselves. They keep on running, even if it means getting shot to shit. Now they did manage to shoot Posey here, but Mahone, of course, is still going strong. So if we're going to do any damage to this guy, we have got to get into those woods. Now that we're in those woods, I feel a little safer, but we can keep on moving forward. Let's take Green. Let's take Ruger. We captured one of the positions. That's major, major, major stuff. We've got to make sure Slocum is supporting these guys all the time. Come on, skirmishers, hit Kershaw. Kershaw's taking some beautiful hits. I think I want to move those cannons up even more. Same with Fitzhugh. Move them right up on the enemy. It's definitely dangerous, but we don't really have an option at this point. That's pretty good for Knapp. I just want him to get some shell shot on the enemy. Nothing serious. Well, shell shot is pretty damn serious, let's be honest. Come on, boys. Alright, there we go. Some flanking shots with Green. If we can get it on right, especially since he's in that canal, I mean, it would just be amazing. And there we go. Green firing away. Let's see what sort of rifle he's got. Just a typical Springfield M1855. I mean, sure, trust me, you don't want to be on the end of that thing. Essentially, it's a 50 cal round going right through you. It doesn't matter what sort of rifle you're using in the Civil War. As long as you've got that mini ball, you are going to do some unbelievable damage to the human body. And there's very little stopping that. Now, one thing I don't like is Knapp is low on ammo. We might need to bring down some of those supplies, so let's do that. Major General Sykes is wounded. Never good to lose a Major General, but I'm hoping with Carroll's help here, we can really put a hurt on those rebels. Come on, boys. And, of course, we're trying to get over here, guys, which is quite a ways away. Alright, there we go. Wright is running. I want to destroy Garnett. I don't want to ever have to deal with this artillery. Nice shooting, boys. Garnett is finished. And even though that Mahone is in the woods there, I'm thinking we can get a nice flanking shot on him. Let's move Knight forward. Let's move Ross's skirmishers forward. Oh, Ayers is getting smashed. And where's that supply wagon? Come on, boy. Pay you to be a quartermaster to just sit around, or what? I mean, Mahone is finally, possibly going to retreat, but it's really not certain. And Garnett is setting up again with that artillery. I'm going to chase him with Green. In fact, I should probably detach some skirmishers from Green here and have Green's skirmishers focus on the arty. Well, hell, we'll bring both of them to the battle. There we go. Ross, I guess, is going to charge. Let's get Ruger to charge Mahone's position as well and take over these woods once and for all. If we can take these woods, I feel like that's half the battle. It looks like our shell shot finally broke Kershaw. Can only withstand that shell shot for so long. The only thing I don't like is having to force the skirmishers to constantly re-attack these positions. That's kind of annoying. Rhodes division spotted. Oh my goodness. And here we go, boys. Part 2 of the Battle of Chancellorsville. The Confederates are many. We are outnumbered. Fall back, fall back. We must defend our camp or else our campaign will end prematurely. Well, hell, I guess we got to fall back to a defensive position. we're going to do our best, but I hope you guys enjoyed that first part of the battle. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, do all that fun stuff, and give me some advice on what to do in this next part of the battle, because it does look like the rebels are going for that rebel yell and doing their best to break through our lines. I might not even fall back. I might hold steady in these woods and wait for that rebel assault, but I'll let you guys decide that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, and have an awesome day.